I couldn't be found out my big home. The bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually getting really sick and tired of having to film out here in the cold garage. So how about we fix that and get this thing indoors, finally. So first thing is first, I've done a lot of work on the tank over there, so I still need to do a little cleaning up of the stand. It's level for the most part. However, inside my house is anything but level. There's a good 1.5 inches between one end of the room to the other. So, and I left my sump down there while I was doing all that polishing, so I gotta clean that up as well. It's fine. Nothing's wrong with it. I just need to clean it up. You can see like stuff all over it. Anyway, so I'm gonna clean all that up, and then, so once it's all cleaned up, I'm going to be using this. This is some neoprene foam I got off a bulk resupply. I got the biggest roll they have, so I'm going to be cutting it to size of the stand for the top of it, so the tank can rest on that and I don't have to worry about it being unlevel. And then the rest of it's going to go under the tank. Actually, if I have enough, I'll do something for the sump as well for the interior, but I doubt I'm going to have enough for that. But so it'll be on top of the tank and then underneath it when I put it inside on the hardwood, mainly to help level it out. I have a feeling I'm probably going to end up having to maybe put some like wood shims under one side, or what I did for the other stand is I used some rubber pads. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do first, so let's get to that, and just one step at a time. I'm so excited for this to actually be done. It's taken forever, so I'm sick of being in this messy cold garage. Okay, we got the neoprene foam on. Yeah, the bottom's scratched. Not that big a deal, but so the foam's on there. It'll help keep everything level while the tank is filled. I'm not gonna have to worry about it. I think it's more of a concern for glass aquariums than it is acrylic, but I like to play it safe. I'm gonna clean this off, get all the debris out of here, get rid of this mess, clean it all up, and then I'm gonna put the overflow box on and start hard plumbing everything. I need to make sure everything is lined up first, so actually I have to reassemble everything as I plan on having it. I have a permanent marker over here. I'm gonna make some marks on the pipe as well, just so I can make sure that I'm not gonna mess up anything when I put the primer and cement on. And so when I create that bond for the PVC, it's not gonna mess up. Anyway, so gotta get this all cleaned up, make sure everything's good to go. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a quick overview of what I'm doing down here in the sump area. So you can see this is the main return line. I have the true union ball valve here. This is the true union ball valve here that's going to go back up into the tank. This is so I can regulate how much water is going up into the tank. The pump I have is rated for about 1,800 to 2,000 gallons per hour. And then this guy is for the manifold. I haven't built that yet. I don't know if I am ever going to, but in the event that I want to add some extra equipment onto the tank or in the sump area, I have the ability to do that. I want to make sure I'm prepared ahead of time and, you know, play it safe, play it smart, and who knows, at least I have the option. So then over here you have the two main drain lines, and then you have the emergency drain. So my plan is to do the overflow in a being animal style. So it has the two main drain lines, and the emergency one I believe has a like total siphon, the other one has like a half siphon, and it'll let water into it as the siphon kind of fills up with capacity. I know there's a lot of fine-tuning involved, and I haven't gotten the PVC pieces to do the actual stuff inside the overflow box yet. I fully intend to. I need to make a Home Depot run. I'm out of 90-degree angle joints or fittings, whatever. So then one thing important to note that you're going to notice is that I'm using unions everywhere. So I have one here for the emergency drain line. This will allow me to move the pipe in and out. So you can see I have these two compartments. One's going to be for the main refugium area. One will be for the protein skimmer and other equipment. But I can move this from from compartment to compartment if I want to. That, or if I need to, I can always buy another union valve or union and attach a whole nother fitting on here, and I can have it. So this sump actually has 3 input for the drains. I'm not using that last one just because this has a greater capacity to handle a tremendous amount of, or a tremendous volume of water compared to the first compartment over here. So that's why I did it that way. I may cap that off. I don't even know if that's a concern. I'm not too worried about it. But again, I have the 2 unions for each of these drain lines, so I can attach this, especially once I hard plumb this tank and move it inside. I'm gonna have to disassemble this from all the unions and then reassemble it once I get back inside. That way I don't have to worry about things like breaking or you know, cracking or anything when I'm moving the tank, so and that way I don't have to move it all in one go. But anyway, so the 2 main lines both have the true union ball valves. I'm not going to put one here just because if it's emergency, I'm not going to have a need to really like adjust it. I want as much water to come through this as possible, if that makes sense. It's an emergency drain. I have ideas for that later down the road to maybe like have it drain outside. That's discussion for another time, but we'll see where that ends up going. I have to convince some other parties in this household to be able to do a modification of the house like that. But anyway, so yeah, unions everywhere over there. I have one for the pump down here, so if I ever need to change out the pump, I don't have to change all of my plumbing. That, and I'm probably not going to actually hard plumb the stuff down here. It's going to be mostly submerged. I'm not really worried about it, but that's why I'm going to do a water test. This will of course get hard plumbed. This is for the manifold, as I said. Here's another true union ball valve, so I can adjust the amount of water coming up from the return pump. Here's another union, so I can adjust any part of the plumbing I need to. This is a check valve. This is a hunkin' piece of plastic that's going to save my wooden floors in the event of emergency. So basically what this does is it's controlled by it's operated by pressure, so the water can go up into it, but it will not be able to come back down. There's little, here I can show you too. So you can kind of see inside of there's that little like valve. I can press on it, so I can actually press on it and it like moves. So hard to see, which means I can exhale through it, but I can't do it in the reverse. Anyway, that's a cool thing, I guess. So this will end up saving me a lot of money in the event that I ever have issues with the tank, like clogging in the drain lines. If the power ever goes out, water cannot get siphoned back through this way and back into the sump and, you know, flood my house and my wooden floors. Because if you guys have been with me long enough, you know that I've had issues with water before, and that gets really expensive really quick. So this is a must-have. Hey everyone, so it's like the next day. This is taking a long time to do. I mean, I've been recording the videos on preparing this tank to come indoors for, God, almost 2 months now. It feels much longer than, I mean, I got this tank over a year ago, actually. I think, I'll have to go look at the date on the video. But anyway, so good news. All of the hard plumbing is done. Well, okay, 98% of it. I still have to get the final PVC fittings and stuff for the overflow box. You know, this was the first time I've done any kind of plumbing project quite like this. So the glue's kind of everywhere. It's not the most pretty thing to look at, but it's done. It's gonna be watertight. I have everything pretty much hooked up. I gotta screw in the unions down there completely. I have them kind of resting while everything finishes curing. I only got halfway done yesterday on this, and I did the other half today, or at least this morning. So I'm gonna let this sit for a few hours. It is really cold outside. I'm hoping it warms up a little bit. It's not quite below freezing, but it's pretty cold. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that everything is tight. Not too tight, but tight enough. So I got the adapters. These are 1 inch to 3/4 adapters. so I can just screw in the lock line. So I can just screw in the lock line stuff. That's actually kind of hard with one hand, but anyway, so I actually may take that down a little bit. I'm not sure how. I don't think I want it that long, but I think this is about a 3-inch return. So I'm gonna have one here and then one right there. But I'm really excited. I cannot wait. I've been waiting for this for like over a year now, and it's about to happen. I put a lot of work into this, and it's mine, and I'm happy. So I'm gonna have to go over, maybe in a future video, go over everything and how much it costs, and maybe go a little bit more into details on everything I did and how to get this guy. So I know some reefers out there, you know, spend a crap ton of money getting everything brand new and stuff, and I don't blame them. This has been kind of it's a lot of effort, a lot of work, and I don't want to have to do this ever again, to be honest with you. But there's something to be said about putting this much effort into something and watching it kind of come to life. It ain't perfect. It's not the most pretty thing in the world, but I'm very happy with it overall. I put so much time, money, and effort into this, and I stayed under my budget, actually. So I'll have to go in depth into exactly how much everything was, but that doesn't include stock. So that hasn't happened yet. My poor wallet. Anyway, I will catch you back here in a little bit to water test this. Let's hope, fingers crossed, that it holds water and everything works according, and I can just tune it, and yeah, let's see how it goes. Alright, I finally managed. I have a space heater going, warm it up a little bit in here. It's cold water, but you can see it's like already, it's still warmer than what the tank is, so that's what I've been worried about. I'm sure it'll be fine, but anyway, I have all the plumbing set up, and I have the overflow completed, so I'm hoping I did that right. I'm not 100% sure. We're going to be able to go. Everything's open at the moment because I can tune it later. I don't have the pump plugged in yet, obviously. There's no water in there yet, so I'm going to let everything, I cleaned out the bottom, so we're going to let that water flow first, see how it goes, and yeah, hopefully there's no leaks. I can bring this baby inside. I don't have to worry about this weather. So that's pretty much it. Here I'm just kind of testing the flow of the overflow and with the return pump running and trying to see what, you know, kind of testing out where I want the water levels to be. The tank is actually really uneven in the garage, so but everything's good. There's no leaking, so I'm going to bringing this inside and testing it out there and doing the fine-tuning inside once I get everything all level and synced up. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the build so far. I'm excited. We got not much longer left, and I'm going to be doing the aquascaping, getting everything hooked up, and we're almost reef ready. So really quick, I did want to mention that I started an Instagram, which you can find the link to that in the description below. I do more frequent updates of my day-to-day activities with the hobby, so you're going to see more frequent and up-to-date images and videos of what's going on in the fish room, because I don't get the time to always edit my videos and get them out as quickly as I'd like to. So if you would like to, feel free to catch me there. Until then, I will see you next time. Fish on Fish fam, and thanks for watching. Hey, are you new to the fish keeping hobby, or are you a veteran with experience you'd like to share with others? Either way, why don't you come and join the rest of the community in the discussion on the Fishy Business Discord server. Discord is a community-driven chat application.
Freshwater, saltwater, shrimp, and more.
Our community grows every day. All are welcomed, and we would love if you would join us.
You can find links to the server and the application in the description below.
And as always,
we thank you for watching the video.
So fish on, fish fam, and we'll see you there.